Hello, and welcome to Orion Spear Point. How is everybody doing? It's uh and happy 4th of July. So it's 4th of July in the States. Um, an interesting thing of note that I always like to point out on this day is it's not actually the signing of the Declaration of Independence for the States. It's that happened, I think, a month later, if I remember right. But it's when it was adopted by Congress and then presented to Great Britain. Anyways, so how is everybody doing? Um, this one's gonna be fun. It took me a little bit to land. There's so much coming in from my travels and integration, and then on top of it, all the land here that is really, really starting to sing. So it's all happening at the same time, which is beautiful. It's just integrating all of that. So before we jump in, I wanted to give a little bit of a little announcements. So the what I've been feeling in the energies for a while now, especially when I was on pilgrimage, was the 7-8. So July 8th was going to be an interesting day. And how it appeared to me was kind of like was basically a doorway within to connect to something that was opening in the stream from divine. So, and I the more I saw it, the more it kind of like was it was tapping into that to shift the current trajectory. And if it happens, it doesn't, it's not really the point, but this is what was kind of like being shown. And the more I kind of paid attention to it, the more I'm just like, ooh, this is very interesting. And the more I tap into it, it's kind of like dropping into the center of it and then being able to walk down the road that's being laid out from divine. And I feel like that's going to be a really fun day. So I organized a little group. If you feel called for it, I have two different sections available. So it's going to be one is on the 7/7 at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Um, for anybody that's called to that, but especially for people on the other side of the globe, on the other side of Big Mama, so that the timing was correct. And then also another one at 7/8. So on the 8th at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. And if you feel called, we can dance and play and drop in. And I feel really excited for that because that feels like, I don't know. And that's really fun. But the doors are kind of opening. So I'm interested to play with that. Other news is the website's coming on more and more. So what's interesting is I'm still working with it, but kind of the thing that I'm really excited about is that there's going to be a couple of different things being offered on there, but there's a membership section. And why that's so exciting to me is because that that one will be where I can set up some more videos that are a little bit more potent, let me say. And so there's a little bit more delivery with that. So the energy becomes a little bit stronger. And I become a little bit more vulnerable within it. So that I'm excited for. So that's going to be coming soon as I work with it. But with that out of the way, for the group, I'll put it in the description below. But with that out of the way, was what I felt is really coming in is this is going to be a divine masculine initiation video for sure because it's everything to do with the garden and it's very my system is shifting a lot to do with it because here's how it feels is that we'll talk about the energies. So what it feels like is it's taken so much energy. Or well, it's been a long road basically to get there. But you're always there. So it's kind of like that's a little bit of a paradox. However, it's taken so long to get there. And now you're finally there. But then there's all these shifts happening. So there's a softening and there is a call to nurturing for the masculine energy within it. And I don't mean feminizing the masculine energy. I know personally, I know some fathers, some guys who are excellent fathers, and really their nurturing aspect within the masculine energy is, I've learned a lot from them. And I just feel like it's something that is activating. So my energy for a long time has been a lot of warrior. So um setting down your swords in a sense, and then coming back to peace and becoming that fierce peace, right? With that, what does it look like when you actually um, start nurturing and caring and participating within the garden? So, what I mean by the garden is kind of like there's an energetic stream. Here's how it appears to me, basically. It's kind of like the analogy of the garden is the energy, the pure energy that is always present. And you are always present within it. It is just connecting into that and establishing that connection more and more throughout in real time throughout the day to day. So it's breathing and participating and being in presence within that connection, within that space. And the doorways to the garden, this is fun. This is why it's kind of shifting a lot. The doorways to the garden I always saw as the feminine holding the doors. Whatever shift has happened, you're now in the garden. So the sacred pursuit of the divine feminine in order to gain access into the garden, I feel like that template is coming to a close because now you have a place within it. But this is all new learning. This is something a little bit new. Yes, you've always been present there, but now reconnecting, harmonizing the your place there, because it's how it feels to me is it's a energy within that hasn't really, it's been a little bit dormant, and so coming in and harmonizing with that, and to be able to do it without the need of the feminine, because now it's something different. So it's taking back, not taking back, it's accepting, there it is, accepting your true nature, and then also your place within it, that you're always home, you're always welcome home. Now this is the fun thing. So like looking at it, I remember when this first happened, and it's been a long time to get here back here. Well, no, that's incorrect. Remember when it first kind of really brought my attention, and then it was the bumps along the way to just strengthen that. When I first kind of tapped into this, how it appeared to me was that I was at a sacred place. The doors opened, and I could see my entire life stream. And every single moment where I turned away from truth, life, love. So that was going to be all my past lives of war, dysfunction, self sabotage, hate, any of that disharmony within my whole entire stream were very present. And the doors that opened was it was a sacred place, and it was a representation of the divine feminine. So when I was doing this, I just saw it and I broke down. I was so apologetic. And that place, when she was looking at me, the best way I can describe it as an apology, like forgiveness, but it wasn't forgiveness because there was nothing to forgive. And then when I looked at it, it was kind of like from that, it was all about looking at it, bringing your system back into harmony. Well, now, instead of looking at, like, there's a lot of worthiness issues with that, because how can you have all this within the old stories and still be in the garden? And then the the old stories and the old heaviness and the burdens and the dense energies are the fruit that you need to go into to then reconnect, because it's your song. Those are the fruit. That's so important. It's not a burden. It's going into those, and through your ability to temper and harmonize them, you do more than you know, but you're also singing a song that is only yours to sing, and then you're bringing forth a a song, a frequency, a note within the fabric of everything, within the garden, that enriches everything. But then it's also carrying and participating with the co-creation of everything within it. And then, so this is the first thing that I feel like is like really starting to sing. And the coming back to nurturing, like, what does that feel like through the masculine energy? How do you temper all that without losing the masculine energy either? Because you can feminize the masculine energy, but then walking in the garden, this is what I feel, because you need to reclaim, retrieve. There it is. You need to retrieve your place within it, and then harmonize it and care for it and devote to it through love, through your own internal um, connection and song to soul source and all of that. Then it's interesting, because then you're in that place. So then how do you harmonize? What is the next thing? What does it look like when you walk with the feminine within it? So that I haven't seen yet, but that's like, this is the full um the thing that is being laid out. And I feel this very collectively. You can feel this within your internal masculine, and the call back to harmony, and the grace. That's a good way to put it. The grace, and also the ability to temper the hurts, or not the hurts, the dense energies, the story, and then actually own your voice, own your presence, um, and sing it truthfully without regret. It's not the right word. Repression. That's probably a better one. And so it's establishing that connection, widening that channel, deepening it, and then singing within it that you're welcome, more than welcome, you're supposed to be here. And what does that look like? And singing that note of the masculine energy within that very special sacred place, and reactivating that. And I'm really excited to see what comes forth from this. But reclaiming, or not reclaiming, but awakening. There's the word, awakening. That is amazing to feel and to continue with all of this. So with that, I'll leave it here. I have sessions available. It's down below. There's more work coming along with that as well. So there's a couple different offers that I'm going to be rolling out here shortly. And that's going to be very, very fun. And then the website, I'm very excited. There's a lot that's going to come with that. It feels like the actual container where everything can start to flow in from all this co-creation with source. So there's a lot of different things that are shaping, molding, starting to sprout. So I am very excited. And from the high desert of Durango because I got it wrong. It's actually not the desert, it's the high desert. From the high desert of Colorado and from the peace lands, the lightning lands, I give you a lot of love. Enjoy the day. Say hi to the sun. Say hi to the trees. From me to you. Thank you. Love you. Take care.